Hello folks, this is Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Now, in our last episode we set up the Clay Cross Reverse 8. Sounds technical, it probably is, but basically that's our last major train service running in the right direction. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick tour around a few of the towns in order to set up internal passenger services. So one of the things we don't have here, this is Skelton in Cleveland, is we've set up our station on the other side of the river to where the town actually lives. Now we've got internal bus services, and actually I might have a quick look and see how this bus service is doing. 13 of 13, see, it's doing marvellously. But what we're not doing is transporting any passengers over to the other side of the river. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to do it here, we're going to do it in a few places. So if trams aren't your bag, tough. There we go, you know, brutal, but you know, it felt like it was worth saying. Yeah, okay. So I mean, I'm something of an advocate of these interior to town services. Do I know for certain that there is a good cause and effect with regard to them driving more passengers? No, I do not. However, I feel that there should be, and therefore I'm gonna do it. Because once we can drive a few more passengers into stations such as Skelton that are really just emerging as a passenger service, then we should see growth in this area that I've kind of pre-designed for them. That's my hope, at any rate. Right, everything drives on the right. I know, I have to remind myself constantly. Come on, let me put a bus stop down, or a tram stop, I guess. Stick another one there, and in this case what we're going to try and do is create effectively joined up services. So despite the fact I'm not overlapping with existing bus stops, this should be near enough to those bus services that we do attract some of their passengers. That's my hope anyway. Let's stick that here and one more there. Okay, groovy. Let's just tram up a bit more. We'll set our tram depot over here, just like that. Set up a new line. Click tram first to make sure it's filed correctly. And I'm not going to bother with doing, or am I? No, I think it'll be too costly. The debate there in my head was whether we run a clockwise and an anti-clockwise service, and for the moment we're not going to bother. We'll oddly enough, we're going anti-clockwise here. Usually I'm a stickler for the old clockwise, but there we go. Right, so this is what? Skelton clockwise. Skelton clockwise. Because while we are doing relatively well in terms of making some profit, let's buy me a tram. Alright, what's good? This bad boy Toronto effort looks like it'll do the trick. Okay, set line Skelton, please. Off you trot. What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh yes, okay, so we've got all our train lines running, and so now what we want to do is actually drive passenger numbers to such an extent that we start to see an explosion in town population, and that will be, that will happen, hopefully once we've got interior passenger services operating. None of these trams are making me any money, but they are basically working as feeder services for the rail passengers, and from rail I definitely am making money. All right, what should we do here? I think this is kind of ripe for a tram service as well. So this is Deal, and we're going to go in a nice big excitable circuit here. Now, Deal's actually got slightly better. What do you mean, collision? Oh, don't give me that rubbish. I do not want to dig up this train track in order to lay some flaming tram rails under it. The alternative is what? Well, the alternative is dig it up and build a bridge. Well, you know what? I'm all about bridges these days, so let's do it. What? Buildings must be removed. I don't need some... Fine, sod you. Right, okay. Give me a reasonable piece of road to work with here. Do we want to go that far out? It seems like an awfully long way to go. There we go. No. Right here. No. Alright. Stick with it. Right, not my original plan, but hopefully this will pay off and not give me any further run around. It also means that I can leave a little bit of space there for any enterprising people that want to live right bang alongside the train track. Right, okay, back on mission, please. Not you, that, no, that, yes. Right, onwards. There we go, isn't it marvellous? Civil engineering projects in no time at all, and you better get over this bridge. There we go. To be honest, I think it probably would have been easier just to go over that level crossing. But who am I to tell the AI what to do? They have their own agenda. There we go. So there's the station itself. Basically, this is a fairly small interior route. Oh no! Look, I've got to build another bridge, and that's not the place to do it. I'm going to have to go out one further, I think. Well, okay, but I mean, actually, that's not too bad because it means that we are, we're servicing the outer limits of the town a little better. And all being well, this will just, flawlessly link up. Just like that. There we go. Happy, happy. And then once we're over here, we don't want to go too far. No, there isn't a collision there in the slightest. It's fine. You're imagining it. There we go. All right. Good. See, it's so authentic it looks like the AI have built it. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Okay, around the corner, around here. Where are we going to? We're going around there. Alright, fine. Now, I mean, my, all of this effort with trams could be a completely terrible idea, but I'm going to try it out for a bit anyway and see how we get on. Right, let's put some stops on here. Everybody drives on the right. I know, I have to say it to myself every time, otherwise I forget. Where's it coming from? It actually comes past the tram station, so alright, well, we'll stick one there, because, maybe that will seed up a bit of industry. Go, right. And what is the science of this this stop placement? I like to place stops every so often. There we go. It's I mean that's all the science right there. It's everything you need to know. And hopefully, if you get the spacing kind of right, you end up with demand actually hitting a level where you can make some profit out of it. Now, I'm not professing to be an expert in the slightest. I go with what feels right. I'm sure the scientists among you out there, the people who actually read how to play these games effectively, will know that there is better spacing out there, or that I should be looking where industrial and commercial and entertainment areas are and feeding my routes accordingly. But I ain't got that kind of time. I am all about buying vehicles, getting them moving, and hoping they pay for themselves. Hey, I love the way that we haven't actually put a stop outside the station. I think that's inspired. Let's put a stop outside the station, shall we? Here-ish? Can't I get any closer? The answer is no, you can't get any closer. That sucks. Oh well. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. there you go. People can choose to actually get off here at Queen Street, excuse me, and walk up to the station, or watch the station go past and then walk back from Richmond Road. Them's the breaks. Good, right, our job here is done. So where are we? We're in Deal, I believe. Deal clockwise. Right, smashing. Right, talk to this, buy one of these, kill this off, job's a good one, set the line, bash, and away you go. Now, if I had my head screwed on, I would probably now delete this depot. I don't really see the likelihood that I'm going to add more tram services in Deal. So I'm going to do that. There isn't a vehicle in the way. It's there. Look, it's gone. It's over. Your vehicle servicing days are behind you. Right, next job. Where are we here? This should be Clay Cross, if I'm right. Let's ditch the bulldozer. Okay, so there's a Clay Cross, and let's have a look. What do we got? Where's our bus service is down there, so everybody's approaching it on foot. And actually, I want to get Clay Cross right because this has effectively twice as many services running through it as any other station. And that's because both of the Clay Cross 8 and the reverse version hit Clay Cross twice on its route. So we're going to do some overlap with bus services in the hope that it brings these kind of, you know, suburban yokels out to the main station. I think it's a brilliant and bold initiative on my part. You may think differently. Right, where am I going? Don't just, you know, randomly bung down tram track and expect everything to be peachy. God, this tram even goes out of town. Look, that's pretty bold. Is this where we started? It is where we started. Okay, smashing. 2002, still no new vehicles. I think I'm going to give it till 2010 and then look at the stock that I am actually rolling with, and that's the point that I'll set up the individual kind of transit companies. It's going to be great. Trust me on this. Right, let's go. Everything drives on the right. Now, it'd be quite nice if the AI could figure out how to extend the roads over the other side of the station. As much as, you know, getting things laid out in relatively regimented straight lines is quite satisfying. Shall I drop one there? No, we've got a bus stop there. That's the kind of integrated transport that we want. There we go. We'll stick one here just for anybody who wants to get on the bus from the interstate. Right, okay, where are we? Clay Cross. Clockwise. Okay, add a station. Let's add this station here where nobody's going to get on. If you've not seen me do trams, bus, traffic, road services before, why do I always stick stops out in the middle of nowhere? Partly because I'm a believer in, if someone gets off at a stop, they are... stop there as well, and here. If someone gets off at a stop where there are currently no buildings, there's a slim chance they might build one. Actually, that's rubbish. It's also a bit of future-proofing, so that if an area does start developing, it means that I have already plumbed in the necessary transport services. All right, Clay Cross clockwise. You now need to buy a tram. There we go. Okay, line Clay Cross clockwise. Set line off you trot. Okay, what's that? That's 3. Okay, good. Right, so those chaps should be, you know, happily modernised now. Let's head up here and see what we've got going on. Good bus stop right next to the station. That doesn't need any help from me. We're at Worthing. Worthing does need help. Oh, God, I can't be bothered. I don't know why, but building tram lines is pretty dull. You know, the trams themselves are perfectly foxy, but tram lines is rather like setting paint drying. It's just not involved enough. I like setting up, you know, new rail stuff because, well, partly because I'm a bit hopeless at it, and therefore there's a challenge to bending trains to your will, as it were. I don't even know where I'm going here, but I think it's because setting up road is so easy comparatively. It's just not as much fun. What are you talking about? I'm just, you know, filling in the gaps while I'm laying down flaming tram tracks all over the place. All right, you could just sit here in silence and let everybody bask in the majesty of this magnificent tram system that you are bashing out in an ad hoc fashion. Look, I've done it now. So look, we're into everything drives on the right and bus stops. There we go. That's just some of the conversation I regularly have in my head. Right, there we go. Again, I want to build these relatively close to existing bus stops so that passengers on one line can effectively walk to another. Because there is nothing better than basically hitting the same passenger up for cash twice. Right, that'll do it. Just need to stick a tram depot somewhere. There we go. There's nothing on here currently, apart from a tram depot. Alright. Set up a new line. I don't even know where I am. Worthing. Okay. New line. Worthing. I guess it's clockwise. Okay, add station. We'll start here at Church Road. All right, good. I'm gonna stop after this one, and we're going to go review. We're going to see how many people are using these new ones that we've set up. I'm under no illusions that they're going to be jam-packed. After all, you know, it always takes a little while for people to get up to speed on new passenger services. But you know, it's going to be worth some kind of reviewing, hopefully. All right, good. 10 stops. Worthing clockwise. All right. Where's my tram depot? Where do I leave it? It's over there. Right, buy a tram. Guess which one? That one. Yeah. Set line. Worthing, please. Charge. Splendid. Now, hopefully those will have a positive effect. I could probably end up looking at Southport and Bingham as well. I suspect they might benefit from this kind of service. But right now I want to make sure that what I have built is operating at all. So where did we start? We started Skelton, right? Okay, so actually I don't need to click that. I do need to click this. So let's go and have a wee shufty. 5 of 16. Well, that's better than nothing. Now, Skelton's one of the more barren areas. I mean, it only recently, I mean, like, you know, last 5-6 game years, actually got any kind of transport services at all. Nobody wants to get off at that one, really. I mean, it's a fantastic place to throw yourself onto the track. Not that I advocate such things, goes without saying. Yeah, so, you know, Skelton's probably going to take the longest time to grow. And as we saw, no one got off at the previous stop. So I imagine what we're doing is we're picking up the few passengers that actually want to go to the station. No, one person wants to stay on. All right, fair enough. Go ride the train, my friends. Have a good time. On me. So let's up the tempo here a touch. There we go. Somewhat barren area of the country. Actually, the whole thing. Actually, that's one thing about the USA DLC is it all looks like it's based in the Great Plains. You know, possibly a bit of Texas, Montana, they are incredibly diverse landscapes you've just described. All right, Texas and Wyoming and that kind of deal. Montana's, you know, it's also somewhat tundra-esque, but in a far more Arctic fashion. Should I shut up now about you know, US landscapes, given that it's clearly an area of your extreme expertise? All right, I'll just let that one go. You know what I mean. It all looks like there should be cowboys kicking around the place. Wow, I really have set this up in a, you know, fairly desperate fashion to grab passengers. Seems to be stopping every 5 feet. Okay, right, so that skeleton, it's at least picking something up. Let's go and have a look at Deal. See if it's doing any better. Off you go. You sit up there for a moment. I'm not done with you yet. Right, what are we rolling? 5 of 16. Seems to be a popular kind of a number. Anyone else? No. Still 5 of 16. See how you handle this bridge here. Let's zoom out for the occasion. See, I'm pretty sure it would have ground out doing that, but who am I to judge? Out through the barren areas. Does anyone want to get off here? Nope. There's a shocker. Alright, smashing. That's going to pretty much wrap it up this time. I'll just stop off very briefly in Worthing for your own edification to see how that's getting on. But you know, the hope is that this starts to direct more people to the stations, which obviously is where we're making the most part of our money. And all being well, actually, I mean, look at this. Worthing is relatively built up. If we call up our town, that's the station list, you nitwit. If we call up our town list here, we'll see that actually, you know, I haven't managed to grow stuff that well at all. I might do some poking around. If anybody's got a recommendation for a video or screenshots or whatever of a town into the game that has actually been built up to, I don't know, like 5,000, something like that, I would be most interested in seeing it. I'm sure the secret to actually making that work is to drive a hell of a lot of passengers to one town and an awful lot of goods as well in a directed fashion. But I'm interested to know. I wonder whether we're, you know, here we are 2003, whether that's something that's actually possible. Could I pick, you know, Guildford, for example, and just beef it up to the extent that it is jammed with people? It would be fun to be able to do, but I could do with some pointers on how to get to there. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. Hold on, I did say we'd go and check on Worthing, so let's go check on Worthing. 10 of 16. My Worthing. Look at this. People all over the place. Fabulous. Pile in, my friends. All 16 of you. And I think this is because Worthing is actually kind of big, and I'm doing a lot of crossover with bus stops. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's the thing that I say, it's the thing you should do. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.